Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Hush Hush, Only Your Love Can Save Them. Es ist Tag 10. Your alarm goes off. The song playing is singing about squirrels or something. And they're at the club? You're not sure. You're groggy. Time to work. Yes, ich muss auf jeden Fall Geld verdienen. Das Plaudermann-Spiel war ganz schön teuer. 10. Juli, früh am Morgen. Und wir haben ganz viele Nachrichten. Hey, me again. Just stretching my thumbs and fingertips before launching into another endoscope. Depending on some of your choices, you may notice your schedule is frantic and busy, or sometimes it seems quiet, too quiet. Don't be too nervous though. Quiet can mean calm before the storm, or it can show that you haven't bitten off more than you can chew. I'm sure you're already aware that there are actually a few other lovely individuals around that would love a night on the town with you. If you decide to take them up on the opportunity, your schedule will get tighter. If not, things will obviously stay less complicated. Remember though, the more you practice your skills, the better they'll be. And that extra practice might just come in handy when things got more intense down the road. For now, though, keep this in mind, there are only 5 girls you need to make sure you're protecting. Be careful when filling up your schedule to keep sight of what. Okay, thumbs cramp, gotta go, more tomorrow, cheers. Danke. L. Hello, I hope this message finds you well. I just wanted to let you know that I'm heading to the park to feed the birds. I find this is usually a lovely time for a visit since the birds aren't terribly good conversationalists. And if you'd like to join me, please do. If not, I'll be sure to feed the birds extra, so they won't lose out. Take care. Okay, was will Cassie? Hey, it's me, Cassie. That was the most fun night of my goddamn life. Thanks for everything. Thinking about you. Nice. Heute ist der 10. Was sagt mein Schedule eigentlich? Am Abend mit Quill, okay? Muss ich auf dem Schirm haben? Nicht, dass ich das irgendwie verballer. Dann gehen wir mal kurz ins Café und holen uns unseren
Hello, my
Kaffee.
friend. Welcome to the best coffee place in all of Subrosa.
Ist jemand eingebrochen hier?
My sister is away at the moment, but I would be very pleased to make your order.
Gib mir einen Kaffee.
Coming right up. A coffee
Ja,
guarantee.
weiß
Here
ich.
you are, my friend. Be well, drink well.
Danke. Okay, dann auf in den Park. Achso, ich habe noch gar nicht gespeichert. Ich will zwischendurch mal speichern. So, yes. You arrive at the park and it's relatively busy. People are throwing frisbees, having picnics and overall just enjoying the warm weather. Walking over to the fountain, you see Elle sitting by herself on a bench, with a small flock of birds already flitting about close to her feet. You make your way over to her, cautious not to disturb the birds. You overhear Elle speaking to her feathered crowd and pause before interrupting her.
I'm so happy you like the birdseed I brought, but please do share. I see a few of you back there too nervous to get closer. I made sure not to get the kind with red millet this time. I didn't realize it was so unpopular. None of you even ate a morsel. I do the same thing with coleslaw. I'm not sure if it's the word slaw or the fact that it tastes like sad cabbages, but I have never cared for it. Here you are, another handful.
Hey Elle, I generally prefer whatever that broccoli and bacon salad is called. Oder, I'm no bird myself. But I would love to get closer too. Mind if I sit here?
Oh, hello! It's good to see you.
It's good to see you three, both. Dich, hi. Elle stands to greet you and manages a small curtsy before gesturing to the bench seat next to her.
I'm so happy you showed up. I love the company.
Cool.
How wonderful that you can make it. I know feeding the birds is quite literally for the birds, but I enjoy it.
Nee, ist völlig okay.
The only problem is that the birds aren't quite the conversationalists you might imagine.
Hast du mir geschrieben?
I informed them of all the latest news I've heard, but they rarely reciprocate.
Das ist ja traurig.
I suppose you could say they're a little bird-brained.
Cat got their tongue, maybe? Ha ha ha, 2 bird puns in 10 seconds. Sounds like foul language to me. How dare you insult birds? Nein, ich finde das mit den bird puns gut.
Well, I have a lot of time to think them up, so don't be jealous.
Auf keinen Fall.
Here, take a handful. Try not to rain it down right on their heads. They get grouchy, and I can't say I blame them.
Natürlich nicht.
So how is your vacation going? Are you enjoying your time in Subrosa so far?
Mostly, but I could definitely use any tips you might have as a local. This place is a little busier than I was expecting. I tend to like a more chill vibe. Oder, present company included, best time ever.
Oh, well, thank you.
Gerne.
I feel the same. Yoo-hoo!
Elle reaches into her bag of bird seeds and whistles a friendly hello to the birds, hoping perhaps you won't notice her blush with her attention turned away. Elle gently tosses another handful of seeds. Somehow, you can't help but notice how delicate and careful she is. The birds really do get much closer to her than anyone else. Stella J gives you the evil eye when you offer him a sunflower seed, but gladly hops to Elle's feet when she dishes them out. She seems so wistful watching them that for a moment you wonder if perhaps she's fallen asleep.
Can I ask you a weird question?
Du kannst mich alles fragen.
Actually, never mind. It's silly.
You can ask me anything. Das ist genau das. Ja, mach doch.
Yes, I suppose I could.
Ja, mach.
I feel like you would take any question I ask seriously. And
Ja,
that's a nice feeling.
dafür bin ich da.
Have you ever imagined what it would be like to be a bird?
Ja,
And
man
I
könnte
don't mean just
fliegen.
flying
Ach so.
or eating worms, in case you get hung up on that. I mean, being so free, you couldn't even understand the alternative. To be able to dart away and fly to safety. To wake up not sure where you might go or what you might eat. To be at the mercy of storms and snow and everything that might find you a tasty meal. But never worrying, never regretting. Just being a bird.
Das klingt komisch, aber ja, warum eigentlich nicht?
Do you ever wonder if that would be better? Or if that would be a sort of loss of yourself?
Wenn ich ein Vogel wäre, wäre mir das scheißegal.
In case that was too weird, pretend I asked you about wool. Blankets.
Okay, if you don't wonder what it's like being something else, you might not see what you are. Quite the overlap between wool blankets and birds, actually, politically speaking. That wasn't a weird question, it was a real one. If you don't wonder what it's like being something else, you might not see what you are. Ja. Nein?
Yes,
Ja.
that's right.
Ja.
That's a big thought. Too big for a bench. Too big for now. The chickadees are my favorite, by the way. Just in case you were wondering.
Ich sehe da nur die und denke mir, ja, es muss Favorite sein. Chickadees? You and Elle spend the better part of an hour tossing birdseed to grateful birds. After which Elle folds the empty plastic bag of seed and puts it delicately in her purse.
Thank you for spending this time with me. I enjoyed it very much.
Pleasure was all mine. those birds better appreciated? Nein, pleasure was all mine.
Well, certainly not all. I can promise you.
Schön.
Time for me to go. But I hope we can do this again.
Vögel füttern? Irgendwas mit Vögeln? Ja, das können wir. Elle gets a slightly awkward look of expression. She steps closer to you, but it's obvious she's unsure of just how to say goodbye. Hug her, kiss her hand, kiss her. Ja, ich weiß nicht. Wie weit bin ich denn mit ihr? Gibt's hier irgendwie 2,5? Ich bin ja ganz am Anfang quasi. Das ist ja weit weg von allem. Vielleicht reicht erstmal eine Umarmung. Oder ihre Hand küssen, so richtig elegant. Probieren wir es damit. Elle smiles, a little embarrassed, but offers her hand for your formal and very old-fashioned gesture.
Good day. See you again.
Okay. Elle heads to the bus stop, and you head back to your car. Afternoon. Ich habe nichts im Schedule, ne? Jedenfalls nicht heute. Gehe ich in die Stadt oder ins Café? Ich bin immer im Café. Ja, ich gehe in die Stadt. Strolling through town, looking for something to do, you find yourself a little bored and distracted. Your eyes pass over store windows filled with tacky tourist kitsch, frogs made of seagulls glued together. Habe ich gerade Seagulls gesagt? Oh Gott. Dass sie als Tourist, also dass sie als wie sagt man, als Mitbringsel, als Souvenir da Frösche verkaufen, die aus Möwen gemacht werden, die zusammengeklebt werden. Nee, aus Seashells. Angel carved from willow, but actually plastic. Frogs made of seagulls. Just when you think your trip is a bust, you spot a scratch and win ticket on a bench that hasn't been scratched. What luck! What do? Scratch the ticket, claim the prize without scratching like a boss? Oder that's litter, don't touch it. Was sagt mein Glück? 13? Komm, wir kratzen das Ticket. Warum auch nicht? You scratch the ticket and win $5. You duck into a market and claim your prize. Pocketing the crisp bill, you continue on your day. Wow. Ich muss nach Hause. Da wartet ein Catgirl auf mich. Ich frage nochmal, warum ausgerechnet immer Catgirls? Aber okay. You arrive home that evening completely wiped out. It isn't until you reach the front door that you recall Quill mentioning something about plans tonight. You crack the front door open, waiting to see if a herd of gerbils or something rushes out. Instead, only a strange pleasant smell greets you. As you enter the house, the smell of lemon and cinnamon hits you like a scented candle shoved up your nose. You peek into the kitchen and see Quill is standing there holding a cup of tea. Various cups and dishware was set out, including a teapot. There are also several stuffed animals and a sock puppet. Quill's eyes light up when she sees you. She sips delicately at her tea, as though pretending to have just noticed you, and smiles.
Oh, hello. I didn't hear you come in. Nice day, isn't it? Nice day for a tea party?
Ich finde ihre Stimme übrigens deutlich angenehmer als die von Momo aus Honey Pop als Catgirl. Die quiekte nämlich so hoch.
I wanted to make you something really special. To thank you for being so nice to me. So I made you a tea cozy out of an old tea cozy.
Cool.
But then I realized that you need a teapot for a tea cozy. Luckily, I found one in your neighbor's kitchen.
Du hast was
So I
geklaut?
made you super special tea and put in every tea bag I could find in the house. It's very strong flavored, which means it's good.
Du hast alle Teebeutel in einen?
Would you care for some company with your cup of tea?
This is so thoughtful. Thank you so much. Thanks. I'm not sure if you're supposed to use all the tea bags at once, though. Or did you say you stole from my neighbor? Ich gehe mal mit der netten Schiene.
You're welcome. And yes, it was thoughtful. I thought about it for several hours before doing it. Because it's the thought that counts.
Okay.
Here, have a seat. I found this one over there. You can have it.
Okay.
Let me introduce you to our guests. This is his lordship, the Earl of Jam. That's Mrs. Buttertump. And that handsome fellow is a sock I glued eyeballs to.
Das ist meine Lieblingssocke.
I call
Gewesen.
him Sock. Because that's what he is.
Okay, okay.
Sugar? Would you like one lump or two? I would offer you milk, but it mysteriously disappeared today. Over several hours.
Katzen haben Laktoseintoleranz. Das hast du mir doch gesagt. Und ich hätte gerne 2 Stück Zucker. Ich hatte in meinem letzten Kaffee keinen. Quill, what is all this? What's going on here? Oder the word lump is so appetizing. I'll have 2. I take 2.
Oh yes, very much so. I've chewed on my fair share of mystery lumps. It's a surprise every time.
Cool.
So now we make small talk.
Small talk.
I'm not sure how it works, but I imagine we must talk like we're really small.
Nein.
I'll go first.
Nein.
Oh no, I can't reach that box on the counter. How will I?
Nein, das ist nicht Smalltalk.
Galoshes.
Quill's voice trails off into a tiny whisper. You catch the odd word like banana and galoshes, but it's mostly just a tiny buzzing sound.
Psh, 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 and there were 4 of them. Okay, your turn.
Small talk doesn't mean to talk small. It means to chit-chat. Talk about whatever on your mind. Whisper incoherent nonsense? Oder are you acting this way on purpose? Na, ich sag mal, wie es ist.
Oh wow, that makes a lot more sense. Only it doesn't. Also, isn't that just called talk?
Ja,
The
aber
rules of polite conversation are sneaky and annoying. I want to scratch them with my back feet.
verstehe ich.
You haven't sipped your tea.
Take a sip. Take a sip, but confidently. Put the tea down and decline. Nein, wir trinken. You sip at the insanely strong tea, which tastes of lemon, cinnamon, jasmine, chai, and mint. Braced for the taste, you manage to drink it while keeping a smile. Quill smiles, and her eyes sparkle in the fluorescent light. She sips her own tea, and the momentary silence is comfortable.
What's that, Sock? Oh yes, I'll ask them.
Bitte?
Sock was wondering where you get your business. He's thinking about getting into business himself, but is not sure where to get some. Is there a business store?
Cool, that's enough. I want to know why you're here and what you're hiding from me. Oder I get most of my business from offices. That's where they grow them. Oder reach into your pocket and pull out whatever it is there. Ich hab da nichts. Mein Lack ist nicht so hoch. Aber ich will ja auch nicht sagen, sie soll aufhören. Ich glaube, das ist unhöflich, weil ich echt nicht weiß, was los ist. Und aber andererseits muss ich auch Sachen herausfinden. Ja, ich weiß nicht. Ich spiele einfach mal mit.
Oh yes, of course. I always wondered what offices were for. The mystery is solved at last. Sock appreciates the advice. I can tell.
Cool. Es freut mich für Sock.
So, I would like to play a game, but you, as my guest, get to help choose the rules. It's called The Most You Know.
Okay.
We each get to ask a question, and everyone must answer or lose their tea party privileges.
Nein.
I'm sorry the rules are so harsh.
Kein Problem.
The only rule is, you have to ask the questions like this. What is the most blank you know?
Okay, verstanden.
Then everyone answers.
Okay.
Would you like to play?
Yes, this sounds like fun.
Yay! Willing participants make the game a lot more fun and less illegal.
Okay. Okay, das hat mich jetzt irgendwie gekriegt.
As the oldest person here, Mrs. Butterdump gets to go first. What is your question, Mrs. B?
Wer sagt, dass sie die Älteste ist? Quill stares at the doll called Mrs. Butterdump, which is neither female or seemingly related to butter in any way. Quill nods several times, then looks at you expectantly.
Oh, sorry. I'll translate. Mrs. B asked, what is the most adorable thing you know?
Oh, meine Antwort ist Quill.
My answer is that kitties are sometimes born with extra toes. This is called polydactylism.
Aha. Polydactylism.
It makes them look like they have mittens on, and it means they have extra beans. It's the best thing ever.
Okay.
Ha ha ha.
Quill looks to Sock and laughs at his answer. Then she looks to the Earl of Jam and scrunches her nose at his. Then she looks to you. Otters hold hands when they sleep, so they don't float away from each other. Ja, witzig. The furry tufts on the inside of a cat's ears are called ear furnishing. Aha. Quill. Habe ich gesagt, nehme ich als Antwort, ne? Okay. Your answer surprises Quill. She tilted her head in consideration and then nods as though you've said something intellectually engaging. She does, however, blush ever so slightly.
Sock is offended by your answer. He says he's at least half a teaspoon cuter than me. You may want to check your math.
Okay.
Okay, Sock, it's your turn. He asks, what's the most delicious thing you know?
Pizza.
Oh, Sock, always thinking with your tummy. Classic Sock. My answer is fish cakes, and I'll have you know it's a universal answer consistent across all timelines.
Ich lasse es mal so stehen. After a brief pause listening to the Earl's and Mrs. B's answer, Quill looks to you. Lie, fish cakes are also my answer. I am partial to cream-based desserts, preferably of the frozen kind. Quill. Ich gehe mit Quill. Quill's face blushes bright red. She puts her hand on her chest in surprise and remains quiet for a short time, blinking.
That was a weird answer.
Yes.
I think
Was?
it was a compliment. Thank you.
Das war definitiv eine komische Antwort.
I suppose I sort of agree. My baths are usually very enjoyable, though I'm not sure when you've gotten a chance to taste me.
Frag nicht.
This is a fun game.
Geht so.
It's the Earl's turn. He's asking what's the most metal thing you know.
Quill.
I think my answer is tigers. Tigers are metal. I would love to be a tiger for a day. Rah!
Hilfe. Quill looks to you. The vacuum? Cucumbers? Quill. Quill.
You silly goose. I'm not more metal than a tiger. You lose.
Nein.
Thank you, though. Someday if I get a shirt that says I'm metal, I can wear it honestly now.
Quill. Quill grows quiet. She takes a sip of her tea, then puts it down on the saucer. She takes a deep breath, then looks at you hesitantly. For a moment she sits in silence, slowly and softly blinking her eyes, until she finally nods at you.
Okay, your turn for a question.
What is the most dangerous What is the most dangerous thing you know? What is the most milk you've ever had to drink in one day? What is the most toast a ghost could boast? Das ist so dumm, dass das schon wieder gut ist. Aber eine Milchfrage? Ich nehme die Milchfrage.
One whole container. I wasn't supposed to, but I did. and gave myself a tummy ache.
Das glaube ich gern.
I feel so much better now that I told you. I was worried you were going to find the empty container and get mad.
Oh, nein,
I
keine
hid it under
Sorge.
your pillow, by the way. I'm bad at hiding things.
Da werde ich es wohl finden. There's a sudden loud knock at the door. Quill jumps to her feet and hisses, then disappears down the hall toward your room. A voice from outside calls in.
Police! Open up!
Das ist Iro.
Oh, there's a doorbell here.
Ist es nicht Iro? The doorbell rings. You make your way to the front door and look outside. Das ist nicht Iro. Das wüsste ich. Ich sehe, dass sie Fumi heißt. You see a tall woman with beautiful hair and a scary expression outside. She doesn't seem to be dressed like a cop, but you have the feeling you might not want to call her bluff. You open the door.
Good evening. My name is Detective Fumi. I'm a special agent working with the Subrosa PD. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Anything, officer. What can I do for you?
I'm investigating a criminal matter related to the former occupant of this house.
Damit habe ich doch nichts zu tun.
I have questions about the property and the area at large. It won't take long.
Oh, okay.
You are currently renting this house from Cat's Meow Vacation Rentals, correct?
Ja.
And you took possession of the property early last week?
Correct, or technically yes, but I've barely been here. What with all the sleepovers I've been having. Correct. Okay. She scratches some words onto a notepad.
Did you have any contact with the previous tenant? Did you exchange information at all, or did they relinquish the keys for the property to you?
And now I just arrived and the place was ready for me. Is that a real question? Who would run a business like that? Nee, ich bin einfach hierher gekommen und alles war toll.
So the place was clean and ready for your arrival on Monday the 1st.
Korrekt. She scratches more notes on her notepad.
Just a few more questions. Did the previous tenant leave behind any property or forwarding contact information?
Nein.
And have you noticed any unusual or suspicious persons frequenting the property?
Nope.
Neither? No items or information left by the previous tenant? No suspicious persons?
Lie, nothing unusual at all? Hä? Wieso lügen? I've seen a strange girl in the neighborhood wearing cat ears and tail? Nee. Did I stutter? Nein, nein. Did I stutter?
You did not.
Good.
Very well. That's all for now then. I'm highly certain we'll be speaking again soon.
Schön. The detective turns and walks to her car, an unmarked black sedan. Sedan? She doesn't look back or make eye contact as she leaves. After a few minutes, you go to the bedroom and find Quill hiding under your bed.
Is she gone?
Yes, it's safe to come out. I think so, maybe stay under there for now. Nein, komm raus.
Thank you for not telling her I was here. I was worried I would have to scratch her to make her go away. And I don't like doing that.
Ich kann dich ja schlecht verpetzen.
I must
Du bist
have
jetzt
thought I
meine
didn't need to
Katze.
run outside. I don't feel like being an outdoor kitty right now.
Völlig in Ordnung, bleib hier.
I think our tea party is over. But I had a wonderful time. Except for the part when the mean lady came and scared me.
Keine
It
Ahnung,
was
was das
nice
war.
talking to you. You make me feel better when we talk. That's a special gift to have.
My pleasure. I look forward to more talking. Reach under and scratch her ear. We'll save it for later, but you've got some explaining to do. Ja, weiß ich nicht. Soll ich sie fragen? Katzen mögen es, gekrault zu werden. Ich möchte mal ganz kurz gucken. Wie verstehen wir uns? Nicht so super, ne? Nicht mal ganz 2,5. Soll ich sie trotzdem mal fragen? Vielleicht erklärt sie mir ja was. Okay, vielleicht auch nicht.
Okay, later.
Oh nein. Oh. Oh nein. Oh nein, ich hätte sie einfach kraulen sollen.
All right, I better say goodnight. I need to go run around downstairs on all the furniture for a little while for no reason.
Ja, Katzen.
Good night, friend.
Gute Nacht. Ich hab's echt versaut. Naja. Auf nach Hause. Hey, da war ich doch schon. Dann versuche ich meinen Buff noch ein bisschen weiter zu buffen. Buffen wir meinen Buff. Let's go. Yes. The events of the day play over and over in your mind. How long can you keep up juggling so many love interests? Das frage ich mich auch. Das fragt ihr euch auch. Wie gut ich das auf die Reihe kriege, das erfahren wir in den nächsten Folgen von Let's Play Hush Hush. Only your love can save them. Dann sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge wieder. Macht es gut. Euer Anno D. Tschüss, Lerö.